Welcome, grade 11s. We have the most amazing surprise here at Mindset Learn Extra Live. I got so excited, I actually screamed when I saw him. Drum roll! It's Llewellyn! I can't believe it.
Hello, how you doing?
Oh, I haven't seen Llewellyn in a year. That's how bad it is. I'm good. How are you?
Thrilled, and I'm so glad I'm here for
I'm
today.
so glad you're here for the day and I'm here for the day, so it's like Meg Llewellyn all over again.
Precisely.
Can't believe it. What are we doing?
We're doing human impact on the environment.
So how do we impact the environment?
Badly.
Very sad. Sadly and badly. But I'm here to tell you, just before our whole show starts, about what we have going here at Mindset. And can I tell you, it is really, really awesome. So what we have going here is the competition where you could win 1 out of 4 Chevy Spark L's cars.
Oh, that's unfair. I've already
see
got
this
that.
book?
I've already done mine.
Did mine too. So all you need to do is go and buy one of these books at Safeway's K53, or you can download it, that I'm told, on the Android App Store from the Samsung Galaxy Android app, on the Samsung Galaxy App Store, obviously. So how the competition works, I'm going to tell you step by step because this is very important, so listen carefully. Number 1, you have to go buy this book or you download it from the App Store. Number 2, you go onto Facebook on the competition tab and you enter the registration and entry form. And then number 2 and 3, kind of combined actually, you share it to all your friends and then you automatically get another entry. So how easy is that? And you could win yourself a car, 1 out of 4 cars. So start entering now because the competition sadly it's going to close quite soon.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's not cool. You could win yourself a car. And I suggest you go buy one of these books. I mean, when I went for my learners, this book helped me so much.
It does, hey?
It does. It has awesome, like, what is that stop sign for? What is the S without a thing for? Why are you not allowed tractors on the road? So, guys, please get buying these books because your learners are coming up and you need these things. And then you could get yourself a pretty fantastic car.
Exactly.
So, let's get started with our lesson today, Llewellyn. Take it away.
Well, think about it. First of all, I'm here for 2 reasons. One, there's that competition about the best teacher, and I'm not doing very well. And I thought that you loved me, but it's fine. I know where I stand.
Where have you been? That's the problem.
Well, you know what? I'm out there helping everybody as much as possible. So, but I watch every Wednesday, so that's unfair. Make sure you vote, right? And then second of all, it's because I missed you. Like you have no idea.
So cute.
That was the main thing. And I'm on a break, so I thought I'd come and say hello. Right? Hey, what do you think? Right.
Go.
I hope you've got your brains together, yeah? Because
Oh no.
I always
those
ask questions,
times.
don't I?
Ah, goodness.
Right. So today we are going to be doing the human impact on the environment. Of course, humans as me, and how we affect the environment. That's the whole thing, right? And during this section, we're going to have a look at specific things. Firstly, we are going to have a look at the composition of the atmosphere, right? And the ozone layer. Do you know what the ozone layer is?
Ozone layer?
Yes.
What's that layer?
There we go, it's a layer.
It's a layer on.
We'll give her that for now. Right. Anyway, so we're going to have a look at the makeup of it and the ozone layer, right? We're going to look at the patterns of climate change, right?
Wow.
How climate changes, it gets hotter, colder, you know, all that type of stuff. Yes, and we're going to look at the factors affecting those changes and why they change and how they change and things like that, right? And then the water availability in South Africa, because I reckon that's going to be our next fight.
That is the next fight, eh? How long was that water out now for?
Quite a while.
Yeah, that's 10 days.
Quite a while.
There where I was staying. Not
Too
cool,
much.
guys.
So
Not cool.
I reckon our fight is not going to be over gold or anything. I think it's going to be water.
Water, definitely.
Definitely.
And it's NB, very important.
Exactly. So let's start. Let's have a look at it. Firstly,
Challenge
the
question.
challenge question. We all know what a challenge question is, right?
Agreed.
Okay, so this is what I want. Describe how water availability may be increased through the recycling of water. So in other words, how can we increase the water? How can we increase the usage of water through recycling? Right? That's nice and easy.
That's nice and easy.
Okay, the nice thing about this is some of this you can do at home, which is quite cool. Right. Hey, what do you think?
Yeah, I can do it right here, but
Not
hey.
really. But think about it. We're going to get back to it now. We're going to start. This here is a beautiful picture of the earth. Hey, how gorgeous is that? Now remember, you have to know the different sections of the earth, right? And the first one we're going to have a look at, okay, I'm going to have to change pens to pink, is the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is the air, right? Is all that air around you, is that thing. You know
Yes,
what I'm talking about?
what you're breathing in
There
now.
we go. So it's all of that, right? And then we're going to have a look at the next one, which is your lithosphere, and that is this. I don't know if you can hear me stomping. It's
I'm sure
the
they can.
ground, right? So it's the floor and all of that, and it gives us certain things, right? And then lastly, we get the hydrosphere, and that's one that you can always remember, because hydro means water, right? So it's all the water, so the oceans and all of that type of stuff. That's the hydrosphere. Hey, what do you think? Is that nice and easy?
Easy and peasy.
Simple.
Simple.
Okay? That's not much that you actually have to know about it. You must just know the different sections. Right. Very, very nice and easy. So, I'm starting with it nice and easy. By the way, do you know how long it takes for red to get out of your hair? Right? They made me dye my hair red because I say nice and easy all the time. Right, so I'm going to try to stop that. Okay.
Oh my gosh, did you shave your hair then?
No, it's still got
Just
red in
grew
it.
out like
Just a
natural.
little bit, right. So, if I have a look at this now, this part is the Earth over here. It carries on down there. Okay, so that's the Earth, and we're having a look at the different parts. Okay, now the atmosphere, right above the atmosphere, you get this, the thermosphere, right? And if you have a look at it, that's up from 80 kilometers and higher up in the air. Do you know how far 80 kilometers is?
80 kilometers is very far. That's like riding to Pretoria and back.
Something like that.
Something
Yeah, it's far, right? So that's nice and high up in the air, right? And then you get your mesosphere, right, which is between 80 and about 50, and that's where, right? And that's where you will get your how do you say it? Your ozone layer, which is a very, very big thing. And we're going to talk about that ozone layer, right? I mean, I can't see this quite nicely, so let's do that. And then you get your stratosphere, which is from 10 kilometers to about 40, okay? Maybe a little bit higher to the 50. And then you get your troposphere, which is that 0 to 10. That's what we stand in now, right? Troposphere, we can dance and go cool on it, hey? What do you think?
I agree.
Okay, so you need to know those different layers. And don't forget, the mesosphere is where you're going to find your ozone layer, which is very important. Trust me, we'll get to it. Okay? Now, this is the whole part. Hole in the ozone layer. Now, if you have a look at it, that is the Earth. Now, if you had to look at the Earth, Megan,
I'm looking at it, eh?
what part of the Earth do you think that is?
What do you mean,
Top,
what part?
bottom, side, left, right, up, down?
Top?
Why would you say top?
Oh, it just looks like
It
top,
just
like
looks like the top. What does the top look like roundabout?
round.
Round, yeah. But there's no South Africa or Africa there, right?
No.
No, that must be like, for example,
Like up there, like
the
Arctic.
Antarctic or all of that. You know what I'm trying to say? This is the top part. Now, the ozone layer covers the whole part. But this blue part here, as you can, oh no, come on, help me out here. This blue part here, right?
It's like a heart.
That is it's almost like a heart shape, but it's
Yeah.
actually, what that is there's a hole in the ozone layer.
That's
Okay?
a problem.
And that is at the Arctic, okay? And that ozone layer, there's a hole there because of specific things that happens at the Antarctica, right? And
Melting?
The Antarctic.
Yeah, I said melting.
Melting. No,
Ice.
before that.
Even before that.
That's just
like
a
way
case.
later.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going off
There's
topic.
a hole there because of what happens there. Okay,
Okay.
that's nature. It happens there. I get that. But that's on the top. On the other side of the Earth, right? It's getting thinner, and that is a problem for us. Okay, because if we have a look at it, causes of depletion. This is what causes the whole thing. Okay. First of all, if we have a look at the ozone layer, the thicker it is, okay, the more protection we have. We want protection from this thing called UVB, because you get UVA and UVB. It's your UV rays. You know what UV rays is?
Sun.
That's it. That's it. The sun. Right. So you get UVA and UVB. UVA's all right. UVB's bad. Okay. Now, the thicker this ozone layer is, the less UVB can come through. You understand where I'm coming from?
I feel you, yeah.
And the minute it gets thinner, what's going to happen?
Gonna get more UVB rays in.
Precisely. Okay? And the UVB is so bad for us. I mean, it can cause, for example, cancer. It can cause things like cataracts, right? It destroys the yield of crops. You know what crops are?
Yeah, things you farm.
Things you farm. Very nice. So it destroys that. And if we do that, then it's not going to help us, right? So the minute there's a hole or it's thinner, there's a problem. And that problem is very bad. Okay, so there we go. Now, these are the couple of things that destroy it. Okay, firstly, we get this thing, I'm going to go back to yellow, CFCs. Okay, now CFCs are used in a lot of different things. Okay, we had a couple of them, right? A CFC is something that contains chlorine. Okay, and that chlorine stuff actually destroys the ozone layer. okay, what it actually does is it changes normal ozone, which is what? O what? Let's see how good you are.
Yeah, I'm not that good. Hey?
Come on, try it.
Ozone
You got
what?
O2, which is while we're breathing. Try one more O.
O3.
O3 is, is the ozone layer, O3.
Oh,
and what
goodness.
this stuff does is it changes it back into O2, right? Which is cool for us, but for us is also bad because we're losing our protection, right? So CFCs, also called ferrons, okay? And you get certain ones. You get CFC11, CFC12, and all of those things just tells you how many carbons. So CFC11 has got 11 carbons, and CFC12 has got 12 carbons, okay? Now, those things there, they destroy the ozone layer, and the more you destroy it, the more UVB comes in, and the more we get injured. Right, so that's it. The other gas that we have a problem with in this part, right, is bromine. Okay, there's bromine. Now, bromine is very, very bad, and we also use it in different places. Okay, so I will tell you exactly which gets where, which that gets done where. Okay, now you get halons, right, and you get methyl bromide. Okay, now those two things, the halons, which is over here, right, used to get used in fire extinguishers to put out the fires, right? And if we use that, and you know that there's fires everywhere, and they get the stuff, and it's all over schools, and they spray it, and it destroys the ozone layer, okay? So they had to change that. And the second one is methyl bromide, right, which is used in pesticides. So the farmers used to spray it on all their crops. And if they spray it on their crops, it goes into the soil, and it goes up in the air, and it destroys everything, and it's not a good thing, right? The CFCs, on the other hand, those guys, right, what happened to them is they got put into our fridges. Okay? And in the fridges, what happens is, as the fridges got cold, okay, that CFC was given off and it destroyed the ozone layer. So now they've made them change it. So instead of having, just for fridges, CFCs, they have HCFCs. The hydrogen helps break it down. It stops it from being poisonous to us. Right, so that's just a small thing on it. That's the most important point, to try and save this ozone layer. Now, what they did to save the ozone layer, they made sure, okay, here it is, a solution to depleting the ozone layer. Okay, what they did was they said, okay, the CFC11, I'm going to go to green again. No, let's go pink. The CFC11, CFC12, and the HCFC22. Okay, those are the three things they used. Okay, and they said, look how it's increasing. You got the this dark red line, so this part of the equation is what we estimate. Okay, then observation is from there to there, from there to there, from there to there, okay? And then the last one is further predictions is up to there from those parts. So it's just what we predicted, okay? So now what they said here is if we used CFC12, right, what's going to happen is from 1950, it's going to shoot up so high, right, till 2000, and when it gets to 2000, it's going to slowly start decreasing, okay? If we used CFC11, it's also going to shoot up nice and high, right? And then it will slowly come down in 2000. And then the last one is HCFC22, and that's going to stay a lot lower. It's going to take a longer period of time to get there. So they want to change it. They want to try and do it up to a certain point. So as soon as it gets to 2050, they need to stop it. They're going to try and solve this equation, this part, till there. And as soon as we get to there, then they change it again, okay? So that we decrease the amount that we're going to destroy the ozone layer. Right, does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Which we have to do. As humans, we need to look after our house. Huh?
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like throwing acid on the walls all the time?
Not cool.
Not
Don't
cool.
do
There
that.
goes our house, right? So we need to look after it. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go down. Due to the Montreal program, so that's the guys that did this. They said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to change the CFC, and halogens ended in 2010. They stopped them. They said they will not be made. Okay? And then they said, we are going to change it to HCFCs till 2030. Okay? So let's go up here again, 2030. Can you see? Where it is, there's 2000, it'll be 2030, somewhere around there, and then they'll change the whole method again, which is very, very important. Okay, so that is what we've done. And when we get to that specific stage, it will come down and they will change it all over again. They will change something else to make it easier to understand and to fix our ozone layer. Right, okay, now, let's have a look. Climate changes. Okay, now climate change, this is very cool, so you need to listen to me very quickly because I want to get through this as quick as possible. Okay, the Earth's climate will always change. It always has changed, it always will change. It's nature, okay? So when you have a look at the past and we have a look at this diagram, I'm going to skip through that, you can read it, but now watch this. If you have a look at this, we had an ice age once upon a time over there, right? And then the integrated glaciers, right? And then ice age again. You see how the temperatures are dropping, increasing, dropping, increasing. That is normal. But those happen over a long, long time, right? A very, very long time. So that's normal. That's if the Earth tilts on its axis or goes further away from the sun or the sun just increases its heat for a while. That happens, it's normal, it's natural. Okay? The problem for us is, what we've done as humans is we've increased, you see this part here, this decrease and increase, till the next one. So from there to there, okay, is a long time. It's a very long time. What we've done as humans is we've shortened that time. So it's happening quicker, and that is our fault. And if it happens quicker, we have a problem. Hey, am I right?
Very big problem.
A big problem. Because if it gets too cold or it gets too hot, everything melts.
Yes.
Okay, and if it gets too cold, everything dies.
Yes.
You get where I'm coming from. We have a problem. Okay, so I just thought I would throw that out there and help you. Okay, I definitely need a break till we get 2 questions.
Okay. I promise that I will find 2 questions. So mindset is go on our Facebook page. You know what it is, facebook.com/learn extra, and I'll expect your questions in the break.
Good.
See you afterwards. Welcome back, grade 11. So, you know, as we were saying, we needed to post questions. So my thought on why you're not posting questions is thinking, maybe you don't know where to go. So let me say it slowly so that you go and post for Llewellyn and I, because we're really sad to see in the ad break that no one posted.
I don't even think they're watching me anymore.
Maybe they don't think you're here because I still haven't posted our picture. But I will. I promise I will. So it's facebook.com/learn extra. And then I'll tell you, just when Llewellyn's like just busy there, I'm going to tell you all about Curio, how to get on it, and what to do about it, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
And which one to vote for.
Yes, and then you can win Vodacom. But I'm first going to let Llewellyn speak, and then I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, cool. Well, now that I've given you those few things, yes, we didn't go into global warming and how the greenhouse effect happens. I tried. It's just time restrictions. You know, if I could have a day with you, I'd love it. But understand where I'm coming from.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you understand that I do want to help you. But now we're going to go to questions. Simple. Right. Now, the last thing we spoke about was how the Earth's temperature changes. Right. Now, let's go to questions. It says, read the following statements and answer the questions that follow. Now, the nice thing about this is I knew I was going to ask you this, so it was cool. Okay? So I said, the Earth's climate has changed over time. Right? Over history, it changes. Gets cold, gets hot, gets cold, gets hot. Right? And it says here, over the past 100 years, the average global air temperature has increased faster, right, than what it has been. Okay? And there's only one person that's at fault for that, I think, right? And there they are, it's human activities. Okay? So we are doing it. That's what I think, right? Now, here we go. The question, that was just telling you a little bit about it. That wasn't even asking you a question. The question is, okay, nice, easy, and simple. Name the natural processes that cause climate change. Now, during the break, Megan was like flying all these answers at me. She said, this is it, this is it, this is it. And I thought Megan can help us out here. So can you give us one?
I want to punch you. Couldn't it be, if you think about it, I don't know, but I heard spraying when you have spray cans.
Yes, so the CFCs, so that's it. But remember, that's us. I'm talking about natural.
Oh, natural.
Natural.
Tilting?
Sorry, the tilting of the Earth, very nice. Okay, so it's the tilting, how the Earth tilts, because it moves. I mean, if you've done geography, you'll know that the Earth changes, its tilt all the time. So that does happen.
Actually, it changes axis.
Very good. Right, so it's the way that the axis tilts. Okay, then try this one out. How close or how far away from the sun is it? Because it's going to move closer and then it'll move further away. So that's the next one. Okay, so if I have a look at it, it's the tilting of the Earth. Okay, then it is the how close or how far it is from the sun. How about the sun's temperature? 'Cause don't think that the sun does not get hotter and colder. It does. I know it's a big ball of gas, but it gets hotter and colder. Okay, so there's that. Okay, what about the greenhouse effect, which is another one? Okay, so there's just four off the top of my head that I'm trying to give you, but I'm going to explain it to you. So let's have a look at it. Okay, come on, there we go. And I have to do that and that and that. There we go. Here we are. First one, change in the Earth's axis, how it tilts. Because remember, if it tilts towards the sun a little bit, right, then that part that's closer is going to get more heat. And the one that's further away is going to get colder, right? So that's the first one. Next one, change in the Earth's orbit around the sun. As I said, further and closer away. The closer it is, the warmer it is. The more further away it is, the cooler it is. Am I right, Megan?
You're
does
so
this
right.
make sense?
Yes.
You just agreeing with me?
Mm-hmm.
Good girl. Next
Trying
one.
to post our picture, Llewellyn.
Have you posted?
I'm gonna now.
Okay, well, hurry it up. Okay, next one. Change in the amount of energy released by the sun. In other words, if the sun's getting hotter or colder, but it's nice to say how much energy it gives off, because that's what heat is, it's energy. Right, okay? Then, the next one, change in the ocean currents. Now, what does that mean?
The way the
Change in
ocean moves.
currents.
The way that goes.
The
this
way
way,
it
this
moves,
way.
change in the ocean
Waves,
currents.
the flow.
Now, just think about that. I know for a fact, right, because I've tried this, you won't believe it, right? I will run into Durban's beach quickly. I'll get there, costume on, one-way ticket into the waves. Yeah, okay? We go to Cape Town, right?
Meanwhile.
And I get there and I check on my costume and I run and toe in. I'm going back.
No thanks.
Why?
Because it's so cold.
But why?
Because of the currents. The
Two
two
different
oceans.
currents. So you get the Benguela current, can you remember that?
No.
And the Gallus current.
I heard
and
that.
all of those, right? So they're different temperatures. Now understand, if the warm current, right, comes closer to a certain part, it's going to warm the earth up more, okay? The cold current will cool the earth down, right? Do you get where I'm coming from? So the minute that oceans get warmer or colder, it's going to affect the land that we're staying on a lot. And if it affects that, well, then it affects the animals and the plants and everything like that. So that affects the earth as well, okay? Next one, volcanic eruptions. Now,
When last did you hear about that?
a volcanic eruption. Oh, think about this.
Okay.
If a volcano explodes beautiful magma and it's got that gorgeous, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's got that beautiful side. It's going to heat up. If it happens in South America, which I'm sure it doesn't, but it happens in South America, do you think that us in Joburg is going to feel that heat?
No.
Why
Too
not?
far away.
Okay, but then how can this affect the temperature of the earth?
You tell me.
It gets this beautiful black smoke.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, and it covers the earth. And as it's covering the earth, it stops the sun from warming up the earth. So it gets
Cold.
cooler.
Okay.
See, you see how it works? Definitely. That's how nature messes around with the temperature of the earth. The next one, the change in the level of the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. And that's where you were coming with that CFCs. And that.
Yeah, spraying
Nature
stuff.
does it normally as well. Depends how much carbon dioxide there is, right? Because carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. And what it does is it traps the heat inside. If it gets very thin, right, then it's not going to trap as much. If it gets too thick, it's going to trap too much. It's got to be just right. Okay, so that there affects the heat and the cooling of the earth. Nice and simple, right? So the greenhouse effect. Okay, next one. Please understand the greenhouse effect. Let me just get this right. The greenhouse effect is not what?
Bad?
Okay. It's not bad, yes. A lot of people make the mistake. Greenhouse is not global warming.
Oh, okay.
Do you
yeah.
understand? The greenhouse has always been there. Always will be there.
But now we're just making the effects more.
That's
basically.
it. So a greenhouse is there. We're just putting a blanket on top of the greenhouse to make it worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
Like
sense.
a heat
okay?
warming blanket.
That's it. So the greenhouse effect is not global warming. It can cause global warming. You get where I'm coming from. Good. I'm glad you get that. Next one. If I can get it to move. Describe the human activities that are likely to cause the current global climate changes. What do we do? Okay? Just two things. What do we do to make this planet warmer or help with global warming. Okay, now it's a thing that we all do, and I try and explain this all the time to my kids, right? It's very simple. If you go and buy a beautiful cricket bat, right? And I don't just want any cricket bat. I'm not going to play cricket with it. I'm going to go get it from an expensive wood. Give me an expensive wood.
Oak.
Oak.
Like you could play cricket with oak. But
Yeah,
anyway.
no, I'm not looking at a cricket bat I'm going to play with. I'm looking at things like purple heart.
Okay.
It's a beautiful wood. It's got purple in it. Right. Now, that is a tree that takes forever to grow. Or wild olive. All of those things. Okay? Now, that wood is beautiful and people make furniture and all of that out of it. Right? So they take that and they go cut down a whole forest to get that beautiful wood. Okay? That's the first thing. So we're cutting down trees. Also, we are having kids and they're having kids and we're looking after everybody and we're going to get more and more. It means we've got to feed more and more. And if we need to feed more and more, the farms must get bigger. So do you get where I'm coming from? So we go through deforestation and kill all the forests to make space for farming, for food, for all of that. And then lastly, we help with the ozone layer. We destroy the ozone layer. We create more greenhouse gases, right? More carbon dioxide because we cut down the trees. They can't fix the carbon dioxide. And we destroy the earth. Okay, so let's have a look how everything is going. Okay, firstly, the two human activities that are most likely would be greenhouse gas emissions. So in other words, driving your car, right? But we've changed it, right? We used to have lead petrol. Now we've got unleaded petrol. Eh? Cool
Yeah.
as that. Or
That's
lead
awesome.
replacement petrol. So the big difference, huge difference. Okay, so we have that. That's what we used to do to help with the global warming situation. And then, of course, deforestation. If you go through deforestation, you are killing the thing that we need to look after to get rid of the carbon dioxide. Never mind, we're stealing our own oxygen. Okay, how cool is that?
It's very
So we
strange.
want space to live, so we'll cut down trees so that it can...
Give us more food
more-
but less oxygen.
Exactly. I see you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, it took me a while. Right, so you with me here so far. That's quite cool. Okay, now, another question. This is a good question, but this is a lot of... Is it this one? Oh, no, it's the same one as it we were going through. Okay, they just gave us the same procedure overseas and killing and all of that. Right, what effects... Here we go. What effects could the current global climate change have on the ecosystem, farming, and people in South Africa? Okay, now, I don't know if it's this one. Let me just have a look. I'm sure I put it down here. No, it's not this one. We'll get there. Okay, so what is it going to have? First of all, when you do farming, okay, you need it to rain, yeah?
Yes.
Rain or water or something. First of all, if this happens, it's global warming, we're not going to get as much rain, okay? The rain is going to decrease. So we're not going to have all that rain. Then we're not going to have enough oxygen, or we're going to have too much carbon dioxide. Do you understand? So it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect the ecosystem because soil erosion is going to happen. Because the minute you take something out of the ground, we've got that top layer that's going to be destroyed, right? So the soil erosion is going to happen, okay? You're going to get eutrophication, which I'll leave to you for later, right? There's so much that we have to watch out for, okay? Now, let's have a look at it, okay? The western side, okay? So the western side of the areas, mostly where there's winter rain. Cape Town, huh? Am I with me?
Yo,
Cape Town.
Cape
So-
Town in the winter.
That's it. Let me just see. I'm sure I've got it on this one. There it is. See, this part here. Ah, I was right. Let me see if I can change the color quickly to get there. This piece here, okay? That part gonna get hot. It's gonna get very, very, very hot. And it's not gonna have as much rain there we go, okay? The rainy season may be shorter, okay? If it's shorter, there's less rain. If there's less rain, less for the plants to take in. Right, so don't forget that, okay? There's gonna be more droughts. Now, drought is not a good thing, okay? We're going to change that beautiful area into a strange thing. Where is it? I've got it here somewhere. I'll get it now. I'm sure I put it in here. Autumn temperature fever. Okay, let me tell you. It's going to get very high in summer, very hot in summer, right? First of all, okay? fevers, cold nights, and fewer forests. In other words, it's going to be, all the forests are going to die out. It's going to be hot as anything, right? And it's going to change into this big thing where you walk for hours and you see camels. It's called what?
Deserts.
Clever girl. Okay, so it's going to become a desert, which we don't want. I mean, how much food are we going to make in a desert? Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, many of the biomes will be replaced by, see, I told you I'd put it in as a desert, right? We're going to lose biodiversity. What is biodiversity?
I don't know how to explain it.
Asking you questions.
I don't know how to explain biodiversity. Like, didn't we just do it? Loss of diversity of
That's it.
living
Diversity
things?
means different types of things. So we're going to lose different types of animals in a specific
Yeah,
biome.
that's why I said we just
right?
did it now.
So,
We did it like grade 10.
she wasn't listening.
I was listening.
Right. Next thing, we go into the reduction of natural grazing and game and all of this. All the animals that are natural they are going to die out. That's why they live in that area. It's made perfectly for them. And the minute we destroy that, they're going to die out, right? So that is the problem, okay? And even the livestock is not going to survive, okay? And then crops are going to die. The Cape fruit, the Cape grapefruit, wheat, all of that stuff, not going to be there anymore. Right. This is just going through this global warming thing. Okay. Next thing, if I bring it down, that's just the one side. Remember, there's two sides. Okay. So that's just the one side. Now we're going to have a look at this side here by us. Okay. That's where I am at the moment on this side. Okay. So if I have a look at it, we have a bit of a problem. Okay. And the problem is this region may become hotter and wetter because now we're going to get more water, more rain. Okay, and this is how it's going to work. The rainfall may become later in the summer, right? And the rainfall season might be shorter as well. Same and simple. The hotter it is, the less it's going to rain. More evaporation is going to take place, right? Then, increase in heavy rainstorms and flooding. Okay, so it's going to be a huge rainstorm, quick, and then that's it. Right? And if everything is full of water all the time, we're going to get certain things. I don't know if I put it yes. We're going to get certain things like ticks. There's going to be more ticks.
Why?
And then you get those flying things that come and sit on you at night and bite you. You know what I'm talking about? Go on. They fly and they sit on you and they stick this injection.
Mosquitoes.
Sorry?
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, right. And those mosquitoes, some of them carry things called malaria. Can you remember that?
That's
so
very
you're going to
bad.
start getting malaria in areas that aren't malaria areas. How cool is that?
Not
Hey?
cool.
So, which is not lekker, okay? So we're going to increase in pests and decrease and all of that, okay? The crops that need hot, wet conditions, such as sugarcane, should be grown in larger areas. So in other words, it's going to mess with everything. Everything. It's very important to understand. It's going to mess with everything. So me and you, she's on her own mission. Me and you, we need to fix this. Okay, cool. So that's exactly those two areas. Nice and simple and easy. We got to look after it. Okay? At the moment, there's still a bit of changing, and you can feel it. Right? Ask your parents what it was like ages ago. What was the summers like? What was the winters like? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm dying of heat.
Yo, these days. Not cool.
Not cool. It's just getting too hot for me. Right. So, go. There we go. We're all happy with this. Now, the next one. I want to carry on with this. Come on. There it is. Still the same thing, by the way. Okay, we need to go on to the next question. If it will come down. Describe ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. How do we decrease greenhouse gas emissions? What's the first thing you think of?
Less fires?
Less fires. Less burning of what? I like fires. What is fires? What do we burn with fires?
Coal?
Coal. And coal is a specific thing. It's called a what?
Ooh, wait.
Okay, it's normally old
Okay, wait, yeah. That's
and it's like a petrol.
fuel,
Yes.
There we go.
And what do you call those dinosaurs?
Fossil fuel.
That's a good girl. Fossil fuels. We're burning of fossil fuels, and the burning of fossil fuels is what gives us this greenhouse gases and all of that, right? So we've got to stop that, okay? Now, ways to reduce it. So we stop burning coal. We start using wind to produce water. Hydroelectric power, wind electric power. What's the other one?
Solar electric.
Solar electric power. See, she's getting clever, right? Solar electric power. We use all of that. okay? We need to use all of those things to actually decrease the amount of things, right? Change to renewable forms of energy, exactly what we were just saying, okay? Next one, recycle waste. Very important, okay? Next one, use public transport, climb on a bus.
Ria
right?
Voya.
Sorry?
Ria Voya.
Ria Voya, that's nice. Climb on that bus, it's definitely worth it. And clean technology. In other words, technology that is using...
Eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly, that's
Solar
a
stuff.
big word. Exactly, use technology that doesn't destroy the earth. Right, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so, now, before I send you on a break, two things. One,
Vote for me.
there, good girl.
I knew it.
Vote. And second, I haven't heard anything. Not one of you have said hello to me yet.
I just posted the picture, so we'll
Good.
hear
So
now.
I want to see hello, okay? And all you people who have Facebooked me and said hello and how you doing, I do read it.
Aw, sweet. So I'm just going to quickly tell you before the ad break, 2 seconds. You need to enter. You could win yourself a Sony Xperia L from Vodacom. All you have to do is enter the competition via Curio. Secondly, like your favorite teacher on Facebook, and then share the competition with your friends. But go have a break, and then I'll repeat it afterwards. Bye. Welcome back, grade 11. So before we go into what we have to do with the challenge question, all of that, I'm quickly going to tell you about the Be a Bright Spark competition, proudly given to you by here, Safeways K53. And how does this work, you may ask? All you have to do is enter, but I'm going to tell you how to enter. 3 easy steps, quick, easy, just like this. Number 1. Buy this book. Look how awesome. There's actual real life things of cars, and I mean, this could be one of your 4
That's
Chevy
actually
Sparks.
very easy. It's
Yeah.
an awesome book to use because I use that.
He used that. I used this, I promise. So just go buy the book.
They might not think that, but I did because
Like
I had
way
to do
back
my
then.
motorbike.
But I used it for my car, and it's really good, really awesome. Or you can download it from the Samsung Galaxy App Store, also there available. Secondly, you go onto our Facebook page and you go onto the competition tab. You just click on it there. You enter the registration form, entry form, boom, finished. And then the last step is just to tell your friends, and you get automatic another entry like submission. So if I were you and I could win a Chevy Spark L, then I would really do it, because this book is amazing and it helped me, it helped Llewellyn, and that's how we became drivers in this world, and you can also become a driver in
Just
this
think
world.
about it. You do that. All you have to buy a book anyway to learn.
Exactly.
Right? So now what you do is you get that book, and you might even get a car.
Wow,
I
1
think
out
I
of
must
4
redo
cars.
my learners. I
You
promise
need to,
you.
No, I think I might enter again just to, win a car. But the competition is closing shortly, so please, guys, get doing it. And it's facebook.com/learn extra, and the Vodacom competition. Vote for Llewellyn.
That's it. I'm glad to hear. Right.
Campaign.
Now, anybody answered the question?
Oh,
challenge question.
yes. Okay, but you just read it quickly, and I'll find
Okay,
their
challenge
answers.
question. Let me just check. Describe how water availability may be increased through the recycling of water. In other
Ooh,
words,
we have
how
17 comments, eh?
17.
Yep.
Okay, so how are we going to increase the amount of water or the availability of water by using recycling methods? Let's hear it.
Okay, the first one that pops up is Donald Lebogo. Water can be collected and get purified through filtration processes and alternative ways by boiling water to kill all pathogens and be ready for human consumption. Shout out to grade 11s. Woohoo.
Okay, shout out to grade 11s. Don't forget that part.
No.
You are right. But remember, we're talking about a lot of people doing it. Okay, and that'll become expensive after a while, but you are right. We want to get them to recycle the water. In other words, water that we use, we want to recycle it.
Oh, here we go. Perfect answer.
That's perfect. Let's hear
She, Mumvuziluzu says, availability of water can be increased through recycling of water through purification, which is a process in which water is cleaned and cleansed by chemicals such as chlorine that kill microorganisms, and the water can be used for drinking again.
Very nice. Exactly the same answer. Stunning. What else?
You, okay.
See, everybody just thinks about drinking water here.
But water, okay, it's mainly water, I'm not going to lie to you. Construction of dams and lakes to store even more water for purification.
We can have that. That's very nice.
Okay, no, that's the dam one still. By building dams, oh, dang it. Evaporation of contaminated water from large ponds, which can endanger groundwater.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
and
it.
everyone's just about water.
Tell me something. What do you do at night?
What do you mean? What do we
See,
do?
what I do
Shower.
is sometimes, see, that's it, but other one.
You mean bath?
Bath, very nice. So people bath, right? So
That
we clean
uses
ourselves.
too much
right?
water.
Climb into the bath, you chill, you relaxed, hard day, just, you know what I'm trying? I shower, by the way. Anyway, so you chill. Then what you do is you climb out of the bath, and what's the first thing you do after drying the floor?
Shower.
You've already had a bath. Why would you want to
I shower again.
Okay.
Just saying.
What do you do? There's a little funny thing.
No, you pull the plug.
You pull the plug. Right, and the water goes where?
Down, out, somewhere too.
Okay, so I wouldn't drink that water. Would you drink that water?
No, I've just bathed in
No.
it.
Exactly. But now you've got a whole bath of water, right? You've got a toilet that needs to be flushed, and I'm not drinking that water either, right? And I've got a whole garden that I want to water. What can I use the bath water for?
Watering the garden.
Watering the garden, putting it in that top tank of the toilet to flush the toilet. Those are all called grey water. It's water that you're not going to drink or use.
But you can use it for other
use it for strange things like flushing the toilet, watering the garden, those type of things. Do you understand? So there's lots of things you can do. Okay. There's also ways in the future we can start having a look at literally the different purification methods to make it easier. Okay. They can purify water over and over and over again, not just waste it. Okay. So don't forget, everything, all water that we have, we can use. Okay. Yes, you can also say, for example, taking water from the ocean, yes, and desalinating it. In other words, taking the salt out, yes,
Yeah, taking
and
salt
you can drink that water. That's cool. The problem with that is, what happens with the salt?
Yeah, where's that going to go?
So we make salt pans and we make big salt, and then it runs into there, and then it goes into the groundwater and underneath, and you draw boreholes, and it's salty. Yeah,
Not good.
not very good. Okay, so purifying water is the best way, right? Don't forget, you use your bath water to water the garden. You use your bath water to flush your toilets, things like that. It's awesome to use those type of things, right? What do you think?
I think it's fantastic.
So it's not just purifying drinking water. We use water for a lot of other things, okay? What about, I have a bath, then my brother has a bath, and my sister has a bath. What do? Use the same bath water, I would say.
Yeah.
This is when there's restrictions, when we want to save a bit of water, right? That's what we do. You try and keep as much water as possible, but reuse the water. Recycling doesn't just mean cleaning it for drinking water. It's recycling, you reuse it for other certain things. For example, flushing the toilet, watering the garden. Okay, it's a nice, simple, easy way of looking at it. Okay, now, while I'm going to the next slide, hello to those people that said hello to me. It was so nice to hear from you again.
They all missed you so much.
I can see. I miss you too. Anyway, let's carry on. Yeah, let's try this. Why is South Africa classed as a water-stressed country? Why is it classed as a water-stressed country? Okay, think about it. South Africa is hot. Okay, we have a lot of droughts. Means we don't have a lot of water. All our water comes from surface water. Well, 77% of it comes from surface water. So most of our water comes from the surface, not from deep down. And because of that, we're always restricted with the water. Okay, so let's see. South Africa is very dry. I know you don't think so, but it is. It's very, very dry, right? And yeah, the average annual rainfall is very low. Annual is how many? Monthly, hey?
Annual?
Yes, annual is monthly.
Yearly.
Clever girl. Yearly. Annual, yearly. Right? Cool. Then, there is an uneven distribution of rainfall. Right? So there's a lot of rain in this area, very little rain in this area. So that makes it a bit of a problem. You understand where I'm coming from? Okay? So it's uneven. Okay? It evaporates at a high rate because it is hot. We are very, very hot here. So it evaporates very, very quickly, okay? And the small amount of water that is available for use in South Africa is not, there's not much, it's only a very little bit, right? And we only have a small amount compared to the rest of the world. The rest of the world has lots, right? Yes, we have things called like the Vaal Dam and the Orange River and all of those things. Yes, I get it. It's not even close to overseas. Am I right?
You're right.
I mean,
But then again, overseas can't really drink all their water. We can.
Exactly. So we've got to look after our water. Okay, so we've got to look after it. We can't just like destroy it. We can't just throw waste and that in there. We can't do that. We need to look after it. They've got more water, and I suppose they could purify their water if their purification comes into consideration. We can't purify. If we have 10 liters of water and they got 50 liters of water, we can drink 10 liters. They can only drink 20, right? It's fine. But if they can purify the rest, they've got more water than us. So you've got to look at it. Got to look after our water. Okay, so that is why we're known as a water-stressed country. Okay, very hot, and we don't have a lot of rain. Okay, next thing. Do we get most of our water from the surface or from underground supplies? Now, if Megan was concentrating, she'll know the answer of that, and that would be?
Did we get most of our water from
You
surface or
see.
Yes?
Yes, the where? It says here, which one do we get it from? Do we get it from the surface or do we get it from the ground?
Ground.
You see, you reckon ground. See, she was not listening.
Naughty Megan.
Right, exactly. It's simple. We get ours from surface, okay? 77% of it comes from the surface. In other words, dams, rivers.
Okay, I feel
exactly.
you now. I thought like boreholes, stuff like that.
Yeah, now borehole is
that
going
to me is
down.
ground.
That's groundwater.
Okay.
But 77% of our water comes from like the dams,
Okay.
the rivers, right? And that's not underground. Okay, that's at top of the ground, not under the ground. And the borehole water is under the ground. Right, so you understand why we are classified as that specific part. Okay, next. I'm trying to give you as much as possible. Next one, okay. Describe alternative sources of water that may be used in the future. Ooh, that's a big one. Alternative sources of water. What do you think, Megan? Pick one.
Alternative sources
Of water where we can use. I'll even uncover it for you to see how quick you can
thank
read.
you so much.
Okay, so
Reducing demand.
in the future, okay, there's going to be an increase in supply. We need to find new supplies of water, right? It's very important, okay? The more water from other countries, so we can go import water. I mean, you import fruit.
Yeah, we can import water.
Well, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to import water if we destroy our water, right? And if we don't have enough, we're going to have to import water, right? We're going to start using more groundwater, okay? Now we've got this desalination, which is what, Megan?
Desalination.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, we just spoke about it, taking salt out of the water.
Almost had it. Right. You take seawater, right? And we use that. The next one is, if you have salt water, does that salt water freeze?
I don't know. Never tried.
So the glaciers, you know those ice caps, right? Are they fresh water or is it salt water? I know it's on the sea, but is it salty or is it fresh?
Don't know.
It's fresh.
Why?
I haven't got a clue. Salt doesn't freeze.
That's weird.
That's why I should have listened in science. But salt doesn't freeze. So that water is nice, right? So you can melt those ice caps. So here it is. We can use icebergs for water. Hey? That is awesome. Now, what I want to tell you guys is that there's a lot more of these. There's a lot of questions that I've put on there, right? There's the multiple choice questions. There's everything for you guys. It's definitely worth your while. And I know there's grade 12s watching as well, because you need the section for the end of the year. So don't think that grade 11 work is not good and important. It is. You need to know this. Go through the questions, make sure you understand it. And your teachers are there for a reason. Ask them a question. I promise you they're not going to kill you.
Yes.
You get my point,
I
huh?
feel you. You
Now-
ready? Say goodbye.
I know, it's time to say goodbye. And I thoroughly enjoyed you guys. Hope you enjoyed it again. And I'm sure I will see you guys soon. And as soon as I come and visit, I will always come and visit you. And don't think I'm not watching. I'm watching your Facebook things. And I'm on there watching your answers. So don't think I'm not watching. Keep this up.
Thank you, Llewellyn. It was fantastic having it with him again, but unfortunately, grade 11th, it's time to say goodbye. Don't forget about the Safeway K53. Please don't forget about that. Don't forget
Voting.
about to vote for Llewellyn. And I just hope you have a blessed evening and God bless. Cheers, guys.